So, welcome, good evening, everyone. I'm Rebecca Katz. I'm president of the board of HIAS Pennsylvania, and I'm just so thrilled that we are all here together in person. It's been so lovely to be here at this beautiful facility. Yep. But we also have many, many members of our extended family joining us on our live stream. So we'll wave to them virtually. But we're just really thrilled to be together to celebrate the people and the organizations that are making a huge difference in our mission, which is to address the needs of immigrants and refugees, defend their rights, and advocate for their equitable inclusion in American society. Our theme today is We Are America. In Philadelphia, we are privileged to be surrounded by a diverse community. We live with and work with, side by side, people of many faiths and many ethnicities whose families immigrated here, like mine maybe a few generations ago, and those who have come to our city more recently. They enrich us all with their traditions, their perspectives, and importantly, by contributing positively to our economy. You know, I was looking for inspiration for this talk tonight, and which I am going to keep brief, I promise. Surprisingly, I found that inspiration in the words of a Republican, President George H.W. Bush. So although many conservative politicians today, take a distinctly anti-immigrant tone, as many of you may remember, President Bush actually signed into law the Immigration Act of 1990, which was one of the most comprehensive immigration reform acts in, at that time, 60 years. Now, it was far from perfect. When you hear from Kathy, our executive director, she would tell you that our entire immigration system is flawed and built effectively to keep immigrants out. But at that time, it was still big progress. And actually, it was positive action that we really haven't seen since. So I read his words at the bill signing or the law signing, and I was really struck by how far the rhetoric has come since then. President Bush said, "Nearly all Americans have ancestors who braved the oceans, liberty-loving risk-takers in search of an ideal, many passing beneath the Statue of Liberty with fear and vision and sorrow, seeking haven, and all seeking hope. The Reform Bill will acknowledge the special role of immigrants in America, and it will promote a more competitive economy. Immigration is not just a link to America's past, it is a bridge to America's future." President Bush acknowledged what we know today, that immigrants are good for society. And today, at a time when all of our companies and organizations, I work for one of the largest in the Philadelphia area, we are all desperate for workers because of the Great Resignation. Immigrants are especially needed. While all of us here, I'm sure, are sort of led and feel a strong moral obligation to welcome the stranger, to welcome those fleeing persecution, that's actually not always the most successful pro-immigrant message. We know most people are motivated by one thing, and let's think back to Bush-Clinton era, it's the economy, stupid, right? So let's talk about that. Immigrants punch way above their weight economically. Immigrants' total share in output in terms of wage, salary, and business income is greater than their representation in the population. There is consensus among economists, and I work for an investment firm, this is very rare, there is consensus among economists that immigration has a positive effect on long-term labor market outcomes. Immigrants are entrepreneurial. The Partnership for a New American Economy estimates that immigrants are nearly 50% more likely to start businesses than native-born workers. The city of Philadelphia was experiencing population shrinkage for 50 years. Immigrants turned that around. And of course, there's a huge economic toll towards keeping immigrants out. Expelling all unauthorized immigrants from this country is estimated to cost up to $600 billion and reduce our GDP by $1 trillion. So how do we change the rhetoric that we hear so often on today's airways and from today's politicians, including many who are running right now to represent our state? Well, we all have a role to play. We must do two things. We must do and we must tell. So we must do by doing exactly what all of you are here doing tonight, by coming together to show solidarity with our immigrant friends and neighbors, by volunteering your time and your talent, doing what our extremely hardworking staff do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Take my word for it. They roll up their sleeves. We help immigrants with their legal cases. Many of you in the audience also are helping with our legal cases. Thank you. Helping with their broader needs as they enter society, offering to help welcome and support them as they arrive from Afghanistan, Syria, Burma, Latin America, and soon Ukraine. By giving to HIAS Pennsylvania to help sustain the organization, not just for the 3 crises we face today in Afghanistan, Haiti, and Ukraine, but also to help us see through the next crises, and for those fleeing unrest and those fleeing the climate crisis for years into the future. So we must do, but we must also tell. We must tell the stories of immigrants, humanize, not demonize. Tell the stories of our own families who escaped pogroms and persecution. Tell the stories of our immigrant husbands, boyfriends, wives, partners, friends, and neighbors. Tell the stories of those being honored here today. Everyone on your social media tonight, you can tell these stories. And tell them at your organizations, as I do at my company. Share the hard facts about the benefits of immigrants in our community, and call your representatives to say, we are all immigrants, and immigrants are America. As Rabbi Hillel said, if I am not for myself, who will be for me? And if I am only for myself, what am I? And if not now, when? The time is now, and I know we will all join to raise our voices and support our immigrant community. So I'm going to turn things over in a second to Kathy Miller-Wilson. She is our tireless executive director of HIAS Pennsylvania. So tireless, in fact, that she unfortunately contracted COVID last week. She wanted to be here. I think this is very hard for her to miss this. But she's still isolating and didn't want to give it to all of us. So thank you, Kathy. But she is on the mend. She's going to join us on the big screen through Zoom. But in the meantime, I just want to thank all of you again for your generous support of HIAS Pennsylvania and our immigrant community. Kudos to the HIAS PA staff. Many who are here, if you see them, please tell them thank you. They have pushed through, They have pushed through so many obstacles and emergencies this year, and many of them started at HIAS this year or last year during the pandemic and haven't even met in person. But they've been selflessly serving our clients. And thank you to our dedicated board and ambassadors for your engagement and your guidance. So with that, fingers crossed. Kathy, take it away.
All right, I've been told that I have to stand back, but can you hear me and can you see me? Okay, well, welcome everyone. It is so wonderful to hear you. I'm sorry that I couldn't be there in person. As Rebecca said, yes, I am one of the many people who is down with COVID, but I'm not out. It's just a bad cold and I'm perfectly fine. And I'm so happy that the silver lining of this pandemic is that technology has enabled us to be together even though we're not in person. I do miss hugging all of you. And so please take a minute right now to imagine that I'm giving you a huge Catherine Miller-Wilson hug. Okay. So what a year it's been. Haiti, Afghanistan, Ukraine, terrible, but just the beginning, I'm afraid. Climate change, economic instability, some caused by climate change, some caused by the pandemic, some caused by displacement that already existed before Haiti, Afghanistan, and Ukraine. Let's not forget that before the Haitian president was assassinated and before the latest earthquake, in June of 2021, there were 82 million displaced people in the world. That is 81,999,999 too many. So where are we going? If there's anything these past 6 years has taught us, it's that no matter what is happening in the world, we, all of us are in the right place at the right time. Because of Trump, we sought to be stronger than ever when our clients needed us most, and all of you delivered holistic services. Because of the pandemic, we sought to be stronger than ever when our clients again needed us most, and you delivered digital literacy, Chromebooks, crisis support services for our legal clients. Because of Haiti, Afghanistan, and Ukraine, we again sought to be stronger than ever when our clients needed us most, and again, you delivered airport pickups, coats, Target gift cards, pro bono lawyering, temporary housing. So what have we learned? We're stronger than ever. Stay tuned while we add to our legal team, strengthen our volunteer program, and develop a Venn diagram of services to beat all Venn diagrams. Legal, social, and community services at the center. It's been a rough year. It's been a rough pandemic. It's been a rough road for democracy, but our partnership is stronger than ever. This is the darkness before the dawn. I look at all of you. I listen to all of you. I reflect on all we've accomplished together, and I look at the road ahead. And despite everything, I'm filled with joy and with love. The hatred and violence and tragedy that we see around us, I know that the families in Buffalo cannot get their loved ones back. And African Americans, Asian Americans, Latino Americans, Muslims, and Jews all over the country, LGBTQ, cannot stop looking over their shoulders. But the unifying theme isn't hatred, it's fear. And it's really important to make that distinction, because there's no greater fear than the fear that oppressors have that the oppressed will rise up. That's what we're witnessing. It's so painful, but take courage. You who love and are loved are also feared because your love is powerful. I'm going to repeat that. It's powerful, and it will triumph. If not in our generation, then the next. From generation to generation, we share our love and our voices of welcome. We are America, and that is what makes all the difference. Thank you again for coming tonight, and thank you for everything you have done to support us and our clients through what has been a really challenging time. But hopefully this is the beginning of a new and exciting period. Thank you again.
Thank you, Kathy. Oh, I'm glad that worked, first of all. And, I think such an uplifting and optimistic message in this time that unfortunately has so much darkness in it. So that's wonderful. Now, speaking of light, the whole point of the Golden Doors Award every year is to honor those who shine a light of welcome on the immigrants that we are so privileged to serve. This year, we are honoring a local financial institution who helps immigrants create a solid financial foundation, a benefactor who is sending clients to college, and a former refugee client turned business owner who has become a leader in our community. So the way this will work is we're going to see a short video about each of our recipients, then we'll welcome them up on stage. I'm gonna quickly do some magic and unwrap these beautiful gifts, which are actually artwork created by one of our very own clients. And the award recipient can then come up and receive the award from us and from one of the staff members. So first, we are very pleased to recognize the Philadelphia Federal Credit Union. And this one's, as I work as a financial institution, this warms my heart, for their educational efforts to help immigrants understand finances and financial planning and build that very all-important need for success in America, good credit. So let's take a look.
PFCU has a really great credit builder loan, And we spoke a lot about the credit builder loan and how this was a practical tool to build credit. We worked together, HIAS PA and PFCU, to set up people who were interested in this credit builder loan so they can work towards achieving their own financial goals.
My name is Mohamed Diallo. I am from Guinea in West Africa. I came to the US as a asylee. As you arrived here as an immigrant, you need to build your credit, and it's recently, and I am high on my credit, so I'm happy.
I'm happy and very excited for the clients because I came as a refugee myself, and there are many things that I wish I knew or learned. For the clients that I work with throughout this financial literacy workshop, I believe that, as I mentioned earlier, they will be able to around needs and wants.
PFCU's relationship with HIAS PA has grown a lot, and I know for my financial education program, it has significantly impacted a lot of the work I do. It's allowed me to sort of push to make my materials more accessible for more people. In fact, I've had a lot of help from HIAS PA with translation of some of my resources and some of my presentations. Now I have these resources that they translated for me that I can use not only here at HIAS PA, but I can share out throughout the greater community in Philadelphia.
After working with PFCU, I am very comfortable right now because, first of all, I have my account open, my checking account open at PFCU. I got my savings there. I know how to manage and how to build my credit and how to, go up and up in my credit right now.
From Philadelphia Federal Credit Union, I want to say thank you to everyone who's here tonight for supporting this awesome organization and the wonderful work they're doing.
I also want to thank the PFCU for allowing Erin to partner with us and provide these resourceful information to clients who really needs it.
All right. Next, we would like to honor a success story from among our own client base. These always make me very happy to see. Noor Farida is a former HIAS Pennsylvania client who built a successful life and business in South Philadelphia, and now is an active community organizer for immigrant rights. She's really a force of nature. Take a look.
The most special thing about Noor Farida is her spirit and willingness to go above and beyond for anyone, even if she doesn't know them, and she's always looking out for anyone in the neighborhood.
My name is Noor Farida. I am coming in USA 2015. Right now I am in 7 years here. My store name is Noor Halal Meat and Grocery Store. Coming with HIAS office. HIAS is so nice, every people, and then HIAS everything helping me set up a house, set up a food. When I first day come in, they already set up my house. My kid come in, they saw the one, they're so grateful. They say, "Mommy, this is our house." Oh my God! In Malaysia, we are rent house because we are refugee over there. We cannot get a nice house.
Obviously, when she came here, as the vast majority of refugees do, did not come here with much and was able to work and within 5 years open up her own store. She is the only halal butcher and meat shop in that neighborhood. She hosts almost like block parties where she's giving out food to people, block cleanups, and helps a lot of our new clients in the neighborhood get accustomed to the park, the school, using their EBT cards. That's just her spirit. You know, in any way that's possible, she's willing and excited to help out and grow the community. As a little bit of background, we are required to provide a hot meal for all of our clients when they arrive here in Philadelphia. And we had a single Rohingya man from Burma. And we didn't have anyone who was able to make a culturally appropriate meal. So we called upon Noor Farida, and her response was, "I can feed him for a week if you need me to." One thing that I've always known about her is she speaks, to my knowledge, which may be more, is 6 languages. So it's very common which is representative of the neighborhood itself, that even within that store, even though the store is Burmese, you'll hear Malaysian, you'll hear Indonesian. We had a really big increase in Afghan clients due to the Afghan evacuation. And we did resettle some. Most people we resettled in Northeast Philadelphia, where there was an existing community. But some of our clients did end up in South Philadelphia, in her neighborhood, and she has really been that person that has helped connect people to a neighborhood and a community that they may not have existing connections to. I want to say it's been a privilege to know her for the past 2 years, and I want to thank her for everything she does, and I can't think of anyone who deserves this award more than her.
Amazing. Now, finally, let's hear about Ron Klasko, an immigration lawyer who I've actually heard about for a few decades because his firm helped many of my Russian and Ukrainian friends to immigrate. But he's a longtime advocate and benefactor for HIAS Pennsylvania, and he established the Ron Klasko Family Scholarships to assist our young clients to pursue higher education. Take a look.
Most would agree that immigrants and immigration has been extremely important to Philadelphia. And so I've had the pleasure of having some relationship, hopefully an important relationship with HIAS Pennsylvania for not years, but decades.
I oversee a young adult mentoring program that prepares students in high school as well as students who are pre-college for planning for and applying to higher educational or post-secondary options. And we also support first-year college students throughout their transition to college.
Being able to go to college, having this opportunity, is something that I might not have had back home. Receiving this scholarship really, gives me an opportunity to really show them what's going on. And I really appreciate all the support that has been given to me by HIAS and Klasko as well.
Scholar, knowledgeable environment of college and university gives me personally an opportunity and other opportunities to answer those questions for ourselves and open doors into future selves.
What I'm looking forward to the most in college is being able to interact with my classmates and learn the new technology and practice.
I had a great experience as a college student, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity I was given and the chance I was given to live out my dream. Thank you.
What I enjoy most about being a college student is learning and knowing that I'm there to achieve my goals and dreams of becoming a pharmacist. I would like to express my gratitude to Mr. Klasko for giving me this scholarship, which is assisting me in accomplishing my goals.
It's been a really great experience for students to go through a scholarship application through HIAS Pennsylvania. Students in the program are already practicing interview skills the whole time, writing essays, getting support from their mentors and from me. This scholarship makes such a difference in the lives of students.
And while I'm at it, let me just thank everybody, the companies, the individual donors who have contributed to this event. HIAS Pennsylvania's work is extremely important, and I'm so glad to know that all of you value it the way I do.
My name is Mariam Ibrahim.
Great videos. Picture, by the way.
Thank you. My name is Leticia.
And the picture
My
that
name
you
is
see was
Ilya
actually created
Matvienko.
by Ming. She drew this for our award recipients. So.
Hi, my name is Hadi.
Hi, I'm Amy.
So I don't know about you, but I find all of our award winners, and I mean the kids, quite inspirational. So, you know, Kathy alluded to this, but I'll say it again. You know, in Hebrew we say "lador vador," which means from one generation to the next, which we just, you know, just see on stage. It's our responsibility to connect the past to the future by passing on our knowledge, our traditions, and the spirit of resiliency and integrity in the face of adversity, which is what we are all doing here today, and what all of our immigrants who have faced so many challenges and come here and become successful have done. These kids are really the example of our bright future. So, thank you again to all of you for your passion, for your time, talent, and treasure. And from one generation to the next, thanks to all of you. Please enjoy dessert.